Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christina and today we're doing a high-end get ready with me. It's not so much a get ready with me as more like a tutorial slash, I don't know. I forget to talk, you guys. It's kind of a mess, but you guys requested this look. It's the look that I was wearing last video and you guys have been asking me about specific products, so I decided why not get ready with you guys. It's just a very, very easy look. I'm a mom on the go, I don't have time. You probably don't have time either. So if you wanna see how I got this face of makeup and you wanna see some high-end products in action, just keep on watching. Okay, so I don't know exactly what I used, but we're just gonna play it by ear and see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyeshadow first before I do anything on my face. So you'll have to look at this beautifulness while I do that. You guys really liked my eye look last week and I was using the Natasha Denona Lila palette. She calls it Lila. I'm gonna call it Lila, okay? It's just easier. I did a very simple look. I just wanted to show you guys how to do a very wearable look with it. And so that's what we're gonna do today. You guys, I have really bad allergies today, like really, really bad allergies. So we'll see if I survive this video and if you even see this video. I'm going to take my NARS Soft Matte Concealer and I'm just going to prime my eyelids. I just take a Luxie brush and I just pat on, blend. This concealer is really, really good to block out discoloration. You know, if you are familiar with like MAC Paint Pot, this for me is a better fit because it has better coverage. I can use it on other areas and it's not just for my eyes, but it makes an amazing primer. I actually don't really need to set this, but I am going to set it with a little bit of the Hourglass Veil powder. Onto the eyes. They're really simple. Very simple. I take this shade here, which is Nude Mauve. And I'm gonna take the Zoeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush and I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna use that as my transition shade. I've told you this before, but Natasha Denona shadows are meant to transition themselves. You don't need to do a lot of eyeshadow to have a full eye look. You can take one or two shades and you can have a complete eye look. I think a lot of people overcomplicate stuff, and I mean, I love to take my time if I have a nice, you know, event or something and, you know, do layers and layers and blending and all kinds of shades and dimension and everything like that. But for the most part, most of us, for a day-to-day basis, we are not doing like a cut crease. We are just doing three shades, you know? I mean, some of you are full glamazons, and that's totally okay, but I'm not one of those people. And then I'm going to take the Zoeva Luxe Soft Definer. It looks like this, and yes, my brushes are dirty. I used them yesterday. And I went into this purple shade right here called Amethyst, and I didn't load my brush very much. I just kind of dipped in a little bit and just kind of tapped off the excess. And all I did was just intensify the outer corner and bring it in a little bit. So I get a wash of purple, but not purple, like in your face purple, just a little soft wash. Don't worry about being messy because we're gonna clean all this up later. So just, you know, intensify your outer corner. If you have slightly hooded eyes like I do, bring it up a little bit higher than you normally would and then kind of extend it out. And then back with your transition shade, you're just gonna blend and kind of clean up a little bit as you go. And then I went in with Juno, which is down here, and I just did that all over the lid using a flat brush. I just used like an Urban Decay brush. That's fine. And I just kind of patted it on. And just on the inner half of the lid. Taking the same brush that you did the purple with, just kind of rework that so you don't have any, super harsh lines. You don't even have to get any more product or anything. Then I'm going to take the Natasha Denona Crystal Top Coat in Nude. And I'm going to just really press my finger on there to get as much product as I can. And I just press it. And it doesn't do a lot. It just gives you a little more shine to the lid. Palette doesn't have a highlight shade, so I'm going to go into this tiny Bobbi Brown palette. This is the Capri Nudes. Go in with Cream right here. And just sort of clean up the brow bone. And that's pretty much it for that part of the eyes. I'm going to take a wipe and I'm just going to kind of clean up a little bit. I'm going to go in with the new Volition Prismatic Luminizing Shield SPF, and I'm going to use that as kind of my skin prep today. I am wearing a face oil. Oh my gosh, you guys. Someone's at my door. Today's my anniversary. I think it's flowers. Hold on. I got some flowers. Oh, they're beautiful. Yeah, today is my 8-year anniversary. Well, not just mine, but my husband's and mine. And it was the best night of my life. Our wedding was so much freaking fun. Maybe I'll share our wedding video one day with you guys. I'm going to take the Tatcha Silk Primer and I'm going to take a rice size amount. And I'm just going to lightly press on my problem areas, which is really just right there, my large pores. The best method is to just use very little and then just press and roll, or just press. I think some people have been having pilling issues with it, and I think you might be using too much. Instead of my go-to lately, which has been the Dior foundation, we're gonna go ahead and do the Tom Ford foundation stick, because some of you have been asking me about it. So that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just going to glide this on. I use the shade 1.5 Cream, in case you guys are wondering. And I'm using a Luxie Precision foundation brush. 660. It came in one of my boxy charms, and I actually like it. It's nice. If you guys can see, it's not full coverage. It's about a medium. But it's very natural, very perfected, very airbrushed looking, and very hydrating. If you're very oily, this might not be for you, but works well for me. What I like about this brush is that I can really buff the product into the skin. I think it looks really flawless. It does take a little bit of work because it's not, a huge brush. Sometimes if I feel like my forehead is a little drier, I won't use a brush on it. I don't want to exfoliate the skin, and then I'll use just a sponge there. Today I'm okay because I used an oil and illuminating primer. It does feel a little tacky at first. It does eventually not feel that way. But I do still set it, especially in this heat. I think we're already at 100 today, which is fun. Here's what I've been doing since I still don't have my right shade of Born This Way. I'm going in with it. As you can see, it's the color of my skin pretty much. And then I'm going in with the, this is not high-end, guys. This is the Catrice Camouflage Concealer. It's just a little more pale and fair. I don't like my concealer to be, you know, 4 shades lighter than my face. I don't think that that looks good, you know, in real life. On me. And this is the Luxie Detail Angled Blender, by the way. I'm gonna use my Veil Translucent Powder again. And I'm taking very little. I'm just pressing it and setting that under eye. I think I've told you guys before, I don't set my whole face with powder because I like to look a little dewy, and my face doesn't carry powder all that well, so I do need a little, but just not a ton. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I do my brows. I don't like to do my brows on camera because it's so time consuming, but I actually do get a fair share of questions about them. So what I do is I brush them up. I have very full, fluffy eyebrows. Thank God I didn't fall to the trend of over plucking, because I've always liked my eyebrows. Now, people used to really make fun of me for having really bushy eyebrows. Well, who's laughing now, guys? Who's laughing now? I fill in the fronts, just up and down strokes. And I fill in the bottom, do a straight line. And then I just follow the hair strokes with my natural brow and fill it in a little bit all the way. And then I fill in the top, but I don't do a line. I know a lot of people do a line. I like my brows to still look kind of feathery and natural. So I just very lightly just fill where it needs it, like that. And as you guys know, your brows are sisters but not twins, so sometimes they're not, you know, completely the same, but that's okay. This one in particular is just always a little sassier than the other one. Let's finish up the eyes so we can do the rest of the face. I'm gonna go back into my Lila palette and into that transition shade Nude Mauve. And just with a smaller pencil, I'm gonna use the Wayne Goss number 19. I'm just going to connect the outer corner, bring it down. Again, does not have to be perfect. Then take a little bit of that purple. I'm gonna use a smudger brush. I'm gonna take a tiny, just a tiny bit of that purple. And I'm just gonna do the outer corner. With the lighter shade we did all over the lid, I'm just going to put it in the inner corner. That's it, guys. Like, that is all I did with the eye look. That's it. No liner or anything. So curl your lashes and mascara. Another non-high-end product is this Beauty Pie contour stick. I think it's an exact dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury contour stick, and I've been really enjoying it. I just take that much right where I would contour. That. And a ColourPop stippling brush. This one is not as cool toned as the Natasha Denona, but for the summer I think it looks pretty good. It, you know, bronzes a little more than contours. I think it blends really well, and it does stay on all day. With the Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow palette, And that same stippling brush, I'm gonna go into the contour shade and just set that. With the Ambient Lighting Blush Palette by Hourglass, I'm going to go into this more mauve-y purple shade. It's called Mood Exposure. It's gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. If you've never tried Hourglass blushes, they are incredible. For highlight, all I've been using lately, honestly, has been my Pixie Beauty highlights, but I'm gonna go in with the Natasha Denona Glow palette because I haven't given it any love lately. I'm gonna use a fan brush. Going into the Glow Extreme right here. I'm going to set my face. For lips, I'm going to take the Melt Cosmetics liner in French Kiss, and I'm going to just lightly Charlotte Tilbury in Bond Girl. And then Marc Jacobs in Love Buzz, the gloss. Now let me go fix my hair. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it wasn't, you know, anything super fancy or super technical or anything, you know, groundbreaking, but I still hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.